Peace, everyone. How you doing? The title of today's show is Minnesota School Shooting, LGBTQIA plus. Shock the nation. This is a lot of shooting and stuff been going on, people. And I'm not the only one that want to speak about it. This is open conversation. And last show, we had someone call in. I'm going to do some calling back so they can speak. So let's deal with it.
Hello?
Peaceful Sabbath, bro. You can speak whenever you feel like.
Yeah, I saw you had the last title and had some difficulties, but yeah, I just wanted to chime in on some of these mass shootings. Like a lot of the recent mass shootings have been carried out by people who identify as trans. And based on this current shooting that took place in Minneapolis, we see a political shift in the topic as it relates to mental health and how a lot of these individuals are being given certain psychotropic drugs, puberty blockers. It kind of ties into what you've been saying, I've been saying for the longest, that they were straddling the P on the back of the L.G.B.T.Q. and then they added the I.A. plus community. So not only is this being politically shifted as a mental health crisis, it's activated a lot of the spiritual people to say that this is the spiritual crisis that our current society is dealing with. Because what's happening is these transgender people are taking out their pain and depression on children. So it's definitely a connection to a lot of the topics you be speaking about on your channel as it relates to Bambaataa and everything that went on with that situation. It's like as time goes on, we're seeing more and more that you were right. From a spiritual standpoint, a mental standpoint, and just public relations and humanity, this is an issue that we all got to face. Whether we got children, nephews, nieces that go to different schools all over the country, the schools are under attack. And it seems to be by certain factions within the LGBTQIA plus. They were marching talking about the queers are coming for the children. And then, through the laws in certain states, they allowed the children to make decisions above the parents to receive puberty blockers. And then as they grow older, they find regret and then they snap out and they do this type of stuff.
Yeah. So the day of repentance is always at hand, but the people that's trying to fight, it's not repenting. The people that's going through it is repenting, though.
Definitely. So, like I said, I think two things is happening. Politically, it was a taboo once they got the LGBTQ rights to kind of talk about this. But when you have these type of incidents reoccurring, everybody is starting to look at it and say, look, this is a mental health crisis. I think Trump said that. Various different state and local politicians, people are chiming in and saying, how do we address this issue? Now, I think Israel doctrine is the strongest way because though they're dealing with the carnal aspects of the mind, this is spiritual. And I think the fact that these mass shootings are actually happening at schools, but at churches. Because the last incident in Colorado Springs, mass shooting was at a Christian school in Tennessee, where they found a transgender, went to the school and shot them people up. So it seems like there's a militant arm within the LGBTQ. They have a militia, and those individuals, some say, are tied to groups like Antifa. They call them Trans-Tifa. these are groups that were a part of a lot of the protests that go on, George Floyd with Black Lives Matter and all of that, and how these groups have individuals who are transgender that have mental issues. Even the whole having the transgenders play in the women's sports. Like, why would a man that's posing as a woman want to beat up a woman? You know, it's a lot of psychological and spiritual issues to this topic, and I think you've been doing a good job addressing it over time. But like I said, forecast, you was right again. They put the L.G.B.T.Q., they put the P in the L.G.B.T.Q. They're coming after the children, not just from a mental and spiritual standpoint, but physically taking their lives when they snap out.
True that. Well, I done heard you.
And yeah, that's it though, bro. I saw the topic though. I could chime in on it, and that's it.
Okay. Well, it seems we'll be getting back to this subject some other day, but it's a very open topic for open conversation. We'll be back to it. I got things I need to do. So,
all right.
Peace. Showdown. Peace. Thanks, bro.